Since 2018, Oklahoma has been ranked in 48th and 49th place in education. Education is an important part of society, which is why it is important for improvement. The reason why improvement is so important is because the education directly affects me, you, everyone, and future generations. Which is why you need to listen to what I have to say. Oklahoma has an underachieving education system. It needs drastic improvement. According to the U.S. News rankings, Oklahoma is ranked 49th out of 50th place for education overall. Alexis Aston, a journalist for the Oklahoman, reported that a personal finance company named Wallet Hub conducted a study which ranked Oklahoma second to last place in education. The study conducted by Wallet Hub used a 100-point system, and Oklahoma had a score of 32.8, putting Oklahoma second to last. Wallet Hub used 32 different categories and graded each category on a 100-point scale. The study concluded that Oklahoma's education quality is in 50th place and the math and reading scores in 47th place, contributing to Oklahoma's overall ranking of 49th place. This study proves that Oklahoma's education system needs improvement. There are many reasons as to why the education system is so bad in Oklahoma, and one of them is the repealment of the unified standards set by the Common Core. Common Core was repealed in 2014, and the education quality declined since then. Former Governor Mary Fallin signed the repeal for Common Core in June of 2014. Common Core would have worked had it had more time. And it would have been very beneficial in giving Oklahoma so many improvements. However, we just didn't give it a chance. People and legislators weren't patient, and they expected Common Core to do the work to, fix the damage done by the old standards that had been placed for years. Stephen Glenn, a former high school principal in Southwest Oklahoma, said, "We didn't oppose the core. We were ready for the change, and it didn't change." However, Corey Turner, a correspondent and senior editor for NPR ED, wrote that Gay Washington, a former assistant superintendent for educational services in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and her teachers had just finished implementing Common Core when they heard the word of the repeal. Gay Washington said, "We were sick." Teachers were really hopeful and had high hopes that Common Core would work. Heather Samus, a former English teacher at Hugo High School, when she heard about the core repeal, said, "I was sick to my stomach. I cried." Samus gets emotional talking about the core repeal because she says the standards were tougher than the state's old standards. She worries that with the ACT and SAT both aligning to the Common Core, her students will have a harder time getting into college and out of poverty. Many states, Common Core was implemented by many states, and it had been very beneficial to them and even helped with the continuity of excellent education. Many states that did accept Common Core didn't fully implement it, but used some of the standards to build upon and make it work, resulting in many benefits. Oklahoma could have done that and made it work, but chose not to. In order for Oklahoma's education to improve, something must be done. And the re-implementation of Common Core is the answer. Common Core re-implementation will allow for Oklahoma to have a better overall education system and quality education. Goodness. Joshua Blayberg, an assistant professor at the University of Pittsburgh and former senior and postdoctoral research associate at the Annenberg Institution, wrote, "High quality education is only possible with both rigorous standards and excellent curriculum, both of which Oklahoma does not have." No, stop. No. Common Core has many benefits. And one of the things that it is beneficial is that it's only standards. The difference between curriculum and standards is that curriculum is materials and tools used for teachers for learning. However, standards are like a roadmap for the teachers. Standards, it's better when they're unified, and that's something that Common Core provided. Common Core also allows for innovation and creativity, better communication. It's very cost effective, and as well as it just is less confusing. For example, some school districts had multiple sets of standards and different sets and combinations of standards that were difficult to use, which could confuse teachers, proving it's better to have unified standards, specifically the standards set by Common Core. You see, the solution to the problem of an underachieving education system is to allow for Common Core standards to be implemented, to have a sense of unity, but to allow for teachers and educators to still pick the curriculum, as well as have separate personalized state standards, a little different from Common Core, that still uses the core standards as a pillar or basis. An example of a state that has already implemented this is Utah. Utah uses Common Core standards as a basis or pillar for their own standards. Utah essentially made modifications to the Common Core standards, and it's called Utah Core. Utah's education system is very successful because of Utah Core. Utah is actually ranked number 2 in education overall, according to the U.S. News ranking, which proves Common Core is very successful. Another thing that adds to the Common Core's success is that it had been superior to old state standards in 39 states for math, 37 states for English, and 33 states for both. I need not say more. I've already said the solution, and now it's time to change. Education is important to me, and it should be to you. The time for change is now.